If you took a self portrait every month based on how you felt at that time, what would they look like at the end of the year? Hi there, it's Ariel. I stand by photography challenges because not only do they spark creativity, but they also force you to get up and create. So last year, I did a year-long photography project of monthly creative self-portraits. On top of wanting to improve my photography, I also wanted to document how my year went. So I chose to do monthly self-portraits. The themes I picked were tied directly to how I felt and what I mused about during that specific month. So now I can look back on how my year went. This is a highly personal project of creative self expression. It covers topics like mental health, identity, hope, feeling lost in life, and more. I am truly excited to share the whole project with you. Let's start with January. So, my January last year was spent reading fantasy books after a long break from reading fiction. It was such a big deal to me because it got me back into reading more and also got me into audiobooks, which became such a huge part of my life. Anyways, I took that excitement from reading and turned it into this fantasy adventure styled shoot. So it was the start of the year, and winters in Michigan can get really cold. In fact, this was shot the day after a snowstorm at my favorite little personal forest. It was 20 degrees outside, and let me tell you, 3 pairs of pants underneath all that was not enough to keep me warm. Although the cold was brutal and slowed the process down by a lot, I still really wanted to convey the idea of a cloaked woman hunting in the snowy woods as a reference to my current favorite book series. February is home to Valentine's Day, and it was a great opportunity for me to share my thoughts on love in a visual format. As with a lot of things, I have many thoughts on love. Without giving a whole 5-hour presentation on here, to me, a facet of love is simply acceptance of authenticity. To be loved as I am, in my mind, is a pure way to be shown love. Accepting someone or something and continually moving towards them. I chose to convey this message with a white theme because the pigment of white is absent of other colors. It's just white by itself, as it is. I'd like to note that love comes in many forms, not just romantically. Your friends, your family, your home, experiences, the environment around you, your pets, and more. They can all be loved just as deeply as a romantic partner, and I want to spread that kind of love everywhere that I go. Life had been tumultuous at this time, to say the least. But with March came a new era for me. I wanted to turn my feelings of pain, transformation, and healing into art. The visual theme for this month centered around butterflies, a strong symbol of rebirth and transformation. A new start. With a $7 thrifted outfit, thrifted white bed sheets for a background, a pack of paper butterflies from Dollar Tree stuck with medical tape specifically, a sunset lamp, and stockings over the lens, I created this dreamy, hazy look. And I also had just gotten this new thigh tattoo, so I wanted to show it off, okay? Maybe I should do a budget photography kind of video sometime in the future. I have a couple tips up my sleeve. Sound off in the comments below if you think that would be a good idea. We all have silent burdens we carry. Some carry theirs so well that you could never imagine how crushing their load is. Please be kind to others and please be kind to yourself. I'm vocal about mental health because I know too well what it's like to be ill. I wanted to create art that speaks for me, something that others can relate to. The point of this shoot was to highlight internal wounds that we may not see, a reminder to be kind to others because you really don't know what someone is going through. And I want my photography to send a message. A lot of times I just want it to be a hug, to let my dear viewer feel seen and understood. Even if just one person feels that way because of my art, then I've accomplished my goal on top of self-expression. I was deep in thought about what I think it means to be an artist. For this month, I asked my closest friends what they think of when they think of an artist. I appreciated everyone's answers and for being part of my process. To me, an artist translates the human soul. Their works are a culmination of their experiences and feelings in life, their upbringing and culture. So I've come to the conclusion that when you're looking at a piece of art, you're getting a glimpse into the artist's soul. You are seeing the product of experiences and events that make up that person, and I think that's beautiful. For this shoot, the artist becomes the subject. As someone whose birthday falls in June, it seems right to have an identity-based shoot. It's so easy for me to relate to a wanderer, someone drifting from place to place and exploring the vast world around me. Throughout my life, no place or house ever actually felt like home. When I was at my lowest, photography became an excuse for me to go outside and see the world again, experience life again. It helps me find joy in life again. So now I wander, camera in hand, capturing the life around me through my unique perspective. I actually based this theme around my favorite tarot card, the Hermit. The card means introspection and looking within in solitude. As I explore the outside world, I'm also exploring my mind and how it works. July's self-portraits were built different. I was actually traveling Southeast Asia for like the entire month, and it was extremely difficult to plan a themed shoot being out of the country with a hectic schedule. There were actually several strong ideas that I wanted to share, but in the end, it was just way too much. But I did take regular selfies with my phone and my everyday camera. So for the month of July, I shared my favorite travel selfies taken of me by me during times where I felt genuine joy. It really pains me to fall off the monthly planned shoots, but you know what? In life, it's necessary to pick yourself back up and continue. In the end, I came back to one of the big reasons why I was even doing this project in the first place: to have a visual diary of how my year went. With July being such a busy month for me, these travel photos are actually really nice to look back on. My August went by in such a blur. On top of that, my life in general also felt like a giant blurry mess at that time, since there were a lot of things happening in my personal life. So blur became a very fitting concept for August. Honestly, this was a straightforward and simple concept, and it was even more straightforward and simple to actually execute it. I was just playing with shutter speed. It was really fun. I actually really liked this shoot. And to be honest, this turned out to be one of my favorite ones. Literally and figuratively, September became lost. Due to attending a music festival called Lost Lands, I wasn't able to do a theme shoot for the month, so there was actually no shoot for September. I like to roll with the punches though, so this makeup shoot was shot in December. In addition to it being a play on it being lost, it also covers the concept of losing things and becoming lost yourself. With the roller coaster of a year, I had lost a lot and I also found a lot. I know a lot of us have, and there had never been a greater point in my life where I felt so lost myself than I did last December. Yeah, it was a really rough time. Where do all the lost things go? What would we do once we're found? If we're found? I'm still feeling lost, so I don't have all the answers, but I hope we both find what we're looking for. Every year, Inktober comes around for the month of October, and every year I try to participate, but would eventually fall off. So this was my own personal way of loosely joining Inktober as a photographer for the year 2023. It's really just a play on the wording and the prompt. I had been meaning to do a tattoo tour for a while since I got 3 done that year, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity. To share with you my tattoos and their meanings is to share with you a part of myself. This is a collection of my skin poetry, as every piece has deep significance to me. Feel free to pause the video and read them. I'm gonna continue ahead. Like I said earlier, I am vocal about mental health. November's theme was hope, honoring the optimism and idea that where there is darkness, there is also light, and that the tiniest candle can still illuminate the shadows, even if you've been struggling in the abyss. I create for self-expression and to help others like me feel seen and heard, acknowledged. The monthly themes are based on how my month went, and to be honest, my first pick for this month was actually despair, but I wanted to be optimistic and share that optimism with my audience, so I opted for hope instead, since my month did have plenty of both. My very first thought for December's concept was the word peace, something I've been continually searching for a long time now. On the other hand, conflict also seemed to be a major theme of my month. In the end, I chose balance to represent how it feels like to be on the cusp of both, represented by a balance of light and shadows. A lovely mutual on Threads actually commented that I accidentally channeled the phases of the moon, and I think that's beautiful, so I'm gonna take that too. And that's all 12 themes for my year-long monthly creative self-portrait project. If you made it all the way through to the end here, thank you so much for your support. This project means a lot to me, and not only did it help me grow as a photographer, but it was also a good way for me to process this past roller coaster of a year. If you've been following this journey from the start, or even if you just saw it partway through, thank you so much for checking out my ideas. I really hope it inspired you in some way, no matter how small. Also, I was thinking whether or not I should make like smaller videos with the process behind each theme, talking about the concept development from start to finish, the actual process, putting stuff together, building it, behind the scenes stuff. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. Please let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.